Hi everyone, this is Sean's Mandarin Chinese, and today I'm going to explain one of the most beautiful and classical famous poems in China. The name is mǐn nóng. A rough translation into English is Sympathy for the Peasants. I guess that's more of a description about what the poem is about. But this is definitely a very famous poem in China. If you meet 3-year-olds who are growing up in China, often they can recite this poem from that age, from a very young age. Everybody knows it. If you say it, they'll know it, and they'll also be impressed. So firstly, I'm just going to recite the poem once for you so you can get a feel for it. Then I will show an English translation, and then I'll explain each bit of the poem individually. Okay? So the poem goes like this. 锄禾日当午，汗滴禾下土。谁知盘中餐，粒粒皆辛苦. Okay, this is an English translation. There are actually several ways you can translate this poem. I've seen many translations online. This particular translation, I like it, and the main reason I like it is because I made it. So here it goes. Hoeing grain in the blaze of noon. Sweat drops fall, grain to earth. Who knows? Food in the plate. How toilful each granule is. So here's an explanation. This is the first line of the poem. 锄禾日当午. 锄 is a verb which means to hoe, working in the field with grain. 禾 means grain. 日 means day, and 当午 means noon. So going back to the translation that I have here, hoeing grain in the blaze of noon, the implication by that statement is that it's very, very hot, that there is a farmer who is hoeing grain in the heat of midday, in that intense heat. Okay? The second sentence, 汗滴禾下土. 汗 means sweat, the noun. 滴 means to drop, which is a verb. 禾 means grain. Again, from 锄禾 has the same 禾. 下 means down, and 土 means earth. So going back 2 slides, that's translated to sweat drops fall, grain to earth. 汗滴禾下土. The next sentence is, next line is 谁知盘中餐. 谁 is basically a more formal way of saying who. In everyday language, people say 谁a bit more commonly. 知 is from 知道, means to know. 盘 is from 盘子, which is plate. 中, if you know intermediate Chinese, you probably definitely know this character here, means center or within. And 餐 means meal. So basically, who knows the meal in the plate? And then the next sentence is 粒粒皆辛苦. So 粒粒 is one individual 粒 by itself is just granule, but when you add it twice, 粒粒, it basically means every granule. 皆 is like the Chinese word 都, which means all, each, or every. And 辛苦 means toilsome or exhausting. So going back to the original translation there, how toilful each granule is. So this is a very, very beautiful poem, and I hope this explanation has helped you to understand it. It's basically a very important part of Chinese culture, is the appreciation of these people who work so hard to create food, and an appreciation for the value and difficulty of obtaining food.